Hey, I'm Tron. Welcome to Word, the daily video series where we go through the Bible from beginning to end, one chapter at a time. Today's reading is Genesis chapter 3. Over the course of 24 verses, mankind loses innocence, relationship, trust, and is exposed to the consequences of a life leading to death. The serpent deceived the man and the woman to eat from the forbidden tree. God curses the ground, and Adam and Eve are sent out of the Garden of Eden to a life of hardship and pain. But wait, there is hope. In Genesis chapter 3 verse 15 it says, "And I will cause hostility between you and the woman, and between your offspring and her offspring. He will strike your head, and you will strike his heel." This is where a promise is given to the human race that it is not over. The cause of their problems will be crushed through a descendant of the woman. Even though man had named every creature before eating off of the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, the woman appears to be nameless until God gives the consequences of their wrongdoing and with his hope of resolution. Only then does Adam call his wife Eve. She would mother what would save them from their new condition, and they still believed this could happen before the end of their days. This solution would take a little longer to arrive, but we get a glimpse of the greater plan. And here is where I take some comfort as well from the situation. Even if I mess up ever so badly, there will be consequences for what I have done. But because I am his, my God has a plan to straighten it out. On a couple of side notes, in verse 7 it says, "At that moment their eyes were opened, and they suddenly felt shame at their nakedness. So they sewed fig leaves together to cover themselves." This is purely my speculation. They stitched fig leaves together. Could it be that the forbidden fruit was a fig? In their innocence, could it be that they, like toddlers, covered themselves with the first thing they saw, making the situation worse, but so much more obvious? Also in the New Testament Gospels, Jesus curses the fig tree because it did not bear fruit out of season. Could be. Another thought. Eve was not surprised when the serpent spoke to her. Could it be that animals had the ability of speech before the fall? In verse 3, Eve tells the serpent, "It is only the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden that we are not allowed to eat. God said you must not eat it or even touch it. If you do, you will die." The statement is obviously inaccurate, but in a state before sin, it could not be a lie. Humans were forbidden to eat from the fruit of the tree, but God said nothing about touching the tree. I think the explanation here is that Eve was created after God gave the warning. She heard it indirectly from Adam. And as a precaution, maybe Adam told her just to be safe, stay away altogether. And she took it as what God had commanded. Again, just my speculation. But thanks for joining me today. Tomorrow we'll get to read about the next generation in Genesis chapter 4. Until then, Word.